So Stranger Things season 5, the final season, has launched its first 4 episodes. I can tell you, I really like them. I really like them. I'm not the biggest Stranger Things fan in the world. I like the show. I do. I like the show. But I'm not like obsessively a huge fanboy about them or anything like that. But I like the first 4 episodes that I saw. And I really like the little cliffhanger they did too. I kind of got emotional to it. The whole stuff with Will. Won't go into any spoilers there. But as we announced a couple of weeks ago, Netflix is doing a little bit more toe dipping into the waters of theatrical. They're going to put out the final episode to coincide with the dropping on Netflix. They're also going to put them in theaters for people to watch and enjoy them in theaters. I guess somewhere down deep, Netflix does realize that these types of things are better done with an audience anyway. Well, to my surprise, it's doing pretty good. The tickets for these screenings are now on sale. So, having been notified by a friend of mine this morning in text message, the tickets are now on sale. Great. Went over. I thought there was something wrong with the site because there are no tickets in my theater available. They're gone. They're gone. Now, they're doing something kind of interesting with this, at least as far as AMC goes. They're not charging anything for the tickets. What you buy, it's kind of like when you go to a comedy club and you buy two drink minimum, right? What they're doing at least AMC is you buy a $20 concession stand voucher. So you don't pay anything for the ticket. You buy a concession stand voucher, and then you get to use that $20 voucher at the concession stand. Mm-hmm. Interesting way of doing it. Kind of like it for a special event. That's kind of cool. But they're gone. And I thought it was just me. So I went and looked at another theater, like the AMC Burbank 16. Gone. Then I looked at one that's like an hour from here. In a 400-seat theater, there was seats in the first 2 rows still available. That was it. I don't see how they don't expand this. Now, according to this thing in the wrap, Stranger Things, they're launching it in 500 theaters. They're doing this thing in 500 cinemas for something that people can just stay at home and watch. And this is a loud message, I think, to Netflix. Everybody's going to the theater. These you can't keep these things in stock, these seats. Now, granted, I think they're screening it in 2 days. They're doing December 31st and January 1st. And I was just looking at the December 31st ones because nobody wants to be second. But listen, man, I'm shocked that I couldn't get tickets to this.
The first are gone too.
Oh, they're all gone too on the first as well?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just nuts. So I'm sitting here thinking they have to expand this, right? Maybe they push this to 1,000 theaters, or maybe they're going to keep it as this high exclusive event and they're going to keep it just to the 500. I mean, nobody's collecting any box office money, so I guess it doesn't matter to them. But wow. Rob, listen, I knew putting the finale in theaters was a good idea. I knew a bunch of people were going to go. I didn't know that they put it in up to 500 theaters, and I certainly didn't see them selling out in a blink of an eye. What do you think this says or tells us about the popularity of the series? What do you think this says? Do you think they expand this and go wider? I don't know. What do you take away from this?
Well, I mean, look, for a generation, Stranger Things is a zeitgeist show. I mean, it's been going on for over a decade. People have grown up with this show, grown up with these characters. I think this is a very beloved event. And I think that this is the kind of event that people were very aware of. You know, they announced this happening. It was something that was talked about, word of mouth. Very exciting for people. Really, it's the climax of the entire series. It's not like they're showing a few episodes from the new season. This is the last episode of Stranger Things ever. And the climax they're leading up to should be the return of the king of the Stranger Things franchise. So I think it's an epic thing, and I think it shows the interest. I think they couldn't charge for it because there was probably DGA and SAG rules once they put things in theaters. I know that because that happened to us with Star Trek The Next Generation. When we were putting episodes in theaters, there was one of the directors of the director of the Best of Both Worlds complained. And he was like, why my TV episode's being shown in theaters? And they went to the DGA and bitched, and it became a huge issue for the studio. So that's why they put it in the theaters. They can't accept money for it. That's why you're doing the voucher thing. But anyway, that's neither here nor there.
Other TV shows have put
and I'm sure they couldn't
charged for it.
I'm sure they couldn't take money either.
But I'm pretty sure Game of Thrones did.
But I'll bet that the studio had some deal where they weren't necessarily.
Possibly, yeah,
because
that could be.
because it becomes it was really sucked for Star Trek because we did 3 events. There could have been 4 more. Thank you, Cliff Bowl. Rest in peace. But I think this is a great thing. I think it shows the excitement. You want to have, look, everybody wants to have this kind of excitement around their IP. And whether you like Stranger Things or not, they didn't spare any expense. I watched all 4 episodes too. And while I had some certain issues with certain narrative choices, they spent a lot of money on this show, and it's all up on the screen. You can't say that and this is a wildly entertaining show. I think for the people that enjoy Stranger Things, they're certainly delivering the goods. And I like seeing that.
You know what I liked about the 4 episodes? I mean, there are certain things like, hey, would the military actually do this? And hey,
right.
There were some of those things. Yes. But, you know, one of the things I loved about the first 4 episodes, no filler. Like, even in the other seasons that I've liked, there'd be a whole bunch of time in an episode being done in this kind of little thing. And then I felt like every scene in the first 4 episodes were like, this is significant. This is significant.
It was really interesting too.
The attack in the parents' house, I honestly think is one of the top 3 greatest moments in all of Stranger Things.
It was brutal.
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah.
I mean, it had real, when it first started out, I was like, is this a dream? Is this actually happening? And there's a lot of really interesting stuff happening. I really like what they're doing with, let's call it the wall. Whatever's going on with there, and there's some really interesting stuff going on, and I'm like curious to see how it pays off.
By the way, somebody in the live chat, and I get this, but somebody in the live chat said, and I'm trying to find out who did it. I can't find who said, but they basically said, I found out I can't use my A-list to get tickets for this, so I'm not really interested. The reason you can't use A-list to get it is because they're not charging for tickets.
Right.
You can't use A-list to buy concession stands. So I kind of get it. It's understandable. And by the way, Netflix isn't taking a cut.
Yeah.
They're not taking any money for it, for probably partially because of the reasons you were already explaining so well. Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of this video, Aura. Guys, if you are anything like me, you swear every year you're going to be on top of your Christmas shopping, and then suddenly it's December 20th, the shelves are empty, and you're standing around in Target asking yourself, does my aunt even like candles? But this year, I am not doing that because of Aura Frames. It's completely saved me. See, I always struggled with what to get people in my life, but this year I'm going to give out a couple of Aura Frames, and it's hands down the most personal, meaningful gift that I can possibly give. And here's the best part. Aura lets you upload unlimited photos and videos. Plus, the frame comes in a premium gift box with no price tag, so it feels like a classy, well thought out gift, even if you bought it last minute. Guys, you can't gift wrap togetherness, but you can frame it. So for a limited time, save on the perfect gift by visiting auraframes.com to get $35 off Aura's best-selling Carver matte frames named #1 by Wirecutter by using promo code CAMPEA at the checkout. That's auraframes.com, promo code Campea. This deal is exclusive to our listeners, and frames sell out fast. So order yours now to get it in on time for the holidays. Support the show by mentioning that we sent you at checkout. Terms and conditions apply. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? Listen, I'm kind of shocked and amazed. Like, these seats are gone. They're just gone. For something you can sit at home and watch TV on, maybe Netflix realizes this is going to be a great cultural experience for people, because that's what movie theaters are. Anyway, do you think they're going to expand it? I don't know. Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.